I'd always get such big bloody boxes. Welcome back to another video. I'm knackered already. Welcome to what is going to be Unboxing Marmite edition. Something very different this week. We have the Hunterboard. Made by a company called Hunter. So I guess their board is called Board? Who knows? I guess this is going to be sort of polarising, but I'm quite interested to see everyone's opinion on what's in this box, how it looks, and yeah, let's crack it open. So this board is on loan from Ricardo from Carve. If you're in the UK and you're not in the Carve group, I'll drop links in the description box below. There's about 3,300 and growing PEV users that you can connect with. Carve UK in the box below. So this thing comes in what looks like a massive gun case. At least I don't need a knife for an unboxing this time. Would I use this box again? Would I use this box again? I've got so much stuff in my house. Could I add this entire box, or would I just prefer to throw the cardboard box away and keep the board? What are your thoughts? Would you keep the box? I mean, it kind of feels like a waste. If you don't want to keep the box, what the hell do you do with a bloody big box? I don't know. See, we're already polarised already, having some kind of metaphysical dichotomy before we even open the bloody thing. Oh. Welcome to the Hunterboard. My life! Welcome to the Hunterboard. Does look very nice. Okay. Let's do it this way around, shall we? What's in the box? Feels like some kind of game show host. This is what you could win. We've got a remote. We've got a skateboard. Got a really light skateboard. I bet this skateboard's lighter than the box. We've got room for a spare battery. And we have a charger. See what I mean about the box? I mean, you're not going to take the box and the tube. Oh my god, my brain. I feel like the whole video is going to be just me just going, what's going on? Let's start with the remote. The remote. It's square, which is kind of weird, and it feels a little bit strange in your hand. So it has a Apple-esque magnetic connector. Yeah, it's square, and it's got corners, and it feels in your hand like it's got corners. I don't know if riding for a few hours might get a bit annoying. It's got sharp corners. Why has it got sharp corners? They made it square so they could fit more battery in, but you can still have round corners. So the design does feel a little bit like for the sake of it. I think that might be a bit of a theme. I know there was a new remote being made. Maybe they will round off the edges on that one. I'm not sure. Thumb placement feels a bit too. My thumb's there. That's comfortable there. But the thing's there, and it just feels a bit. I don't know. slightly off. Does that make sense? On the bottom of the remote, I'll have to cut in the photo, you have the tool for unscrewing the top of the board. Oh my god, let's get this ridiculous box out of the way. I mean, that box does seem a bit unnecessary. So on the bottom of the remote you have the thing, unscrewer for the battery case, which is kind of cool because I always forget a T-tool and an Allen key. But I have noticed that when you unscrew this, you just scratch the bottom of the remote. No huge deal, but I think after a while you're just going to start wearing the grip tape out and the bottom of the remote out. Again, remote V2 has been worked on. I don't know if this is an issue that will be fixed. I just think if you're going to design something to look beautiful, don't make a tool that just does the opposite, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's enough on the remote for now. Let's take a look at the board. It definitely has a unique look and design. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It's so super light. I know I've seen things like Baja board and Propel, and they look still skateboardy, and they still look kind of, yeah, this just looks like Mars Rover's little brother or something. The whole thing is made out of 7075 T6 space grade aluminium. If that sounds unnecessary, it probably is. I know when they made the design they wanted to be able to cut out loads of the parts of the alley deck to make it lighter and still be perfectly sure about the strengths and tensions, which is fair enough. They have done a good job at cutting out everything they don't need and making this board super light, which is very impressive. So the suspension system, as you can see, does look very vehicle-like rather than skateboard-like. This is designed to be carvy at slow speeds and stable at high speeds. I don't know if I can move each one individually, but each one has its own spring and is completely independent of everything else. Then the steering system itself is independent from the suspension. So it really is a feat of engineering. But again, the question's going to come up: is it necessary, and does it do what it says on the tin? So this board is powered by a 333 watt-hour battery in a 10S 3P config, which fits just in this part of the deck here, in between the two screws. And it's driven by two, I read the specs and it said 3,600 watts of power. I assume that's distributed between the two motors, but that's still 1,800 watts per motor. Now, these are described as direct drive / hub motors. 1,800 watts seem a bit insane for a hub motor. I don't know. Ooh. Woo. You know what? They spin really freely, nicely. I don't know. We're going to have to get out and try it and see how it performs. I have not ridden this board yet. Quoted specs, as always, quoted specs. 38 kilometers, which is 24 miles. 24 miles on a 10S 3P. Maybe not at my weight. I think it's going to call for a range test. I've got so many range tests to do. Quoted speed 55 kilometers an hour, which is 34 miles an hour. Yeah, maybe those motors will kick it up to that kind of speed. I don't know. Will I be feeling safe at 34 miles an hour on this? also I don't know. I think this board is a lot of I don't knows at the moment. So the weight is 9 kilos, and you can tell it's one of the lightest boards I've had in for a long time. It is so nice to pick up and carry, super light to transport, which is another reason I just can't justify that giant box. Yeah, anyway, hill climb 30%, pretty standard. Price of this board is $2,099. That's about 1,700 of the Queen's Golden Nuggets. Pretty expensive for a board. You can pick up quite a lot of board for that money, but then it is quite an engineered beast. And even these wheels were made for this board, the hub's made for this board. I mean, absolutely everything here is designed specifically for this board. It's not like they're taking parts off the shelf and putting something together. Is it worth it? I don't know. That's up to you to decide, I guess. You'll probably notice as well, also the bottom of this deck is engraved. We have the new Carve Electric logo on here, and Ricardo has his name etched into the bottom. If you want to buy one of these boards, you too can have someone scratch the bottom of it for $500. You can have your board engraved for the price of a Meepo shuffle, which just seems insane. Yeah, I guess you could also get 27 E-Skate Shop t-shirts. Much better way to spend your money. Or you could invest $700 in the extra battery. And I think I would definitely be spending my money on the extra battery rather than engraving at $500. So $700 is about what, £500-ish. That's a Evolve battery price, not a 10S 3P battery price. This board's expensive. I hope it performs well. Yeah, you can see I'm having a bit of a mental here. I don't know if I like it or not. Serious Marmite going on. Okay, let's get on to the charger. Nice to see it come with an English plug. We have a 10 amp. 10 amp, nice. Okay, I don't know what the charge time is for this, but 10 amp, pretty good for a little battery. So, you know, you've got a little ride, you got to the coffee shop, and you just want to plug in for 20 minutes while you're having a coffee. Anyone want to hazard a guess? Answer in the comments where the charge port is. Yeah, there isn't one. Board has no charge port. So I know this is designed as a commuter, and fair enough, you know, you want to go to work and back and not stop to charge, but let's say you just want to go out for a ride and you want to stop and you want to charge, and you rock up to your, I mean, even when you get home, oh my god, come on, like, why am I having a special moment? For fuck's sake. This is what an expensive public school education gets you. Okay. 132 IQ at work. So you've been out for a ride. You want to come home, charge your board up. Meanwhile, my Apex Predator is half charged. Are you fucking serious? Seriously? What the actual is this? Am I just having like a special day? Did you design... You know what? It. I'm not even gonna open it. Tell me no stopping to charge at a coffee shop. Oh look, I don't even need the special screw to screw it up. It's already screwed up. Charger! So now is a perfect time to tell you it took 75 prototypes to get to this point. 75. 75. We still don't have a charge port. Yes. I guess this is V1. Work in progress. No, it's not work in progress. You made 75 boards. Seriously. There are no excuses. There are refinements being made. You'll be glad to hear. Remote V2. Some AT wheels. I don't know what kind of range you're going to be getting on some AT wheels. Or wheel bite, I don't know. There's some AT wheels. I've had enough. I'm going to do a ride and review, and then I'm going to do a range test if I can handle the ride. Do you have questions? I've got questions. If you have questions, put them in the box below. I will address them all. I'm done with this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. One other thing, inside this box, it kind of stinks. You know, first impressions, I open it up and I go, oh, Jesus, seriously? Why? Why? This just seems so unnecessary.